Hello, this is my Captain Marvel movie review, and for whatever reason I could not muster up the will or the desire to make this. I saw this about a week ago, and I'm making the review now. And usually if I'm really excited about a movie or excited by a movie, I am eager to talk about it, and I just wasn't eager to talk about this. So first things first, what's the purpose of this video? What's the purpose of this review? It's not to decide if you should or should not see the movie. It's not to determine if it's good or bad before you see the movie. Those things you should decide for yourself. If you want to see the movie, go see the movie. If you don't want to see the movie, don't see the movie. These are just my analyzing. This is my analyzation and a discussion of Captain Marvel. So I want you to get out of the habit of relying upon other people to dissect things for you. I want you to think for yourself and develop your own mental muscles of determining high quality versus poor quality. And also, you need to start this. Well, you don't have to do anything, but you should start to distinguish between what you like and what makes something high quality. They're not the same thing. I say that every video and every review, and I'm going to continue saying it. Just because you like something doesn't make it good. Just because it's good doesn't mean you'll like it automatically. Alright, so out of the way. Did I like Captain Marvel? Yeah, I did actually. Do I think Captain Marvel is a good movie? I think it's just pretty good. So if that's what you were waiting for, peace. You got your answer. So I guess some comparisons and contrasts of its level of quality and my level of enjoyment. Do I think it's better than Aquaman? Yeah, slightly. They both might be around. Aquaman might be a 7. This might be a 7.5. Do I like it more than Aquaman? No. Do I think it's better than Wonder Woman? Yeah, slightly. Again, hard to really say. That'd be probably get the same rating, but edges it out. Did I like it more than Wonder Woman? Yes. Is it better than Bumblebee? Yeah. Did I like it more? Yeah. Better than Alita? Yeah. Did I like it more? Yeah. Now let's get into the review, I guess you could say. So what's Captain Marvel about? This is a spoiler review. If it should be in the title, but if it's not, if you don't want anything spoiled, then get out now. And if you stay and things get spoiled, that's on you. So I guess a quick synopsis or whatever it's called of Captain Marvel is she is a member of an elite team of this alien race. The team is called Star Force or something like that, and the race is called the Kree, and it's like a militaristic combative race, and they have this long-standing rivalry or animosity with another species of alien called the Skrulls. And this team of Kree, Star Force, are tasked with rescuing a spy that's been compromised, supposedly. And they go to rescue this spy before the Skrulls can get them. Of course, things go awry. Captain Marvel ends up getting caught, ends up escaping, and ends up on Earth after that escape. And her time on Earth starts to connect dots that she had and uncover memories that she had that reveal that things might not exactly be what they seem, and that makes her question her allegiance in what she's been told. And that's pretty much it. So she had been amnesic, or I don't know the word. She has memory loss, and she has these memories that seem like false memories or whatever, and she doesn't know, she can't remember past just a few years back, and her team leader and the society's like overlord or whatever try and we'll say kind of comfort, supposedly, and contain her, and I guess ease her sorry, got distracted. Well, they try to help her cope with these memories and lack of information. And then being on Earth actually unlocks those memories. And we find out things are not what they may have seemed at first. So that's pretty much it. Now, what did I like about the movie? I thought I liked the music, actually. It has No Doubt. Man, if this thing doesn't focus. Sorry about that. I like the music. I like No Doubt. Brie Larson, actually, I liked her very much. She is very sassy and just actually endearing now. Like, before this movie came out, there's a lot of controversy and negativity surrounding this movie and surrounding her. And I had no loyalty or prior affection for her. But after seeing the movie, I actually am interested in seeing her again. Before seeing the movie, I was not attracted to her or anything. I thought she was plain or not attractive to me. After seeing the movie, yeah, she's actually pretty attractive. Her butt's not flat like the pictures. Her chest isn't flat. She actually's pretty muscular, fit. Somebody else that was actually had a surprising body was Jude Law. Now, he's an old man. He's not that old, but he's definitely middle-aged, and he's a beefcake. He's all buff, and I'm like, wow, okay, Jude. So, the story is pretty basic. The acting was pretty good, actually, except for, well, there's a couple generic tropes in the movie, like this alien family, the cat, the little girl of Brie Larson's human friend was just terrible. Her acting was so corny, and it was corny. It was terrible. Now, again, some of the controversy surrounding this movie, due to Brie's, I guess, supposed political views and all that, people were concerned that this movie would be overly political and forcing its ideas upon you, and SJW, which I hate that term, but SJW propaganda. Now, do I think it was? No. Actually, I think that those were unfounded concerns. And now, is there an agenda and are there messages? Yes. Sorry, that's a toy. um, but they're not like mm, overtly beating you over the head with them, which I would find annoying myself and repulsive because I find often both sides are a lot more similar than they admit. Now some of the messages that it did have, like the whole girl power thing and political commentary, that I thought was interesting. Yes, there is the whole girl power, woman, strong, rah, ooh, rah, all that stupid stuff. But again, it wasn't over the top. And like I said, that one little terrible actress, she was like, "Mom, is this, you should really consider the role you're setting for your little daughter." Now, she was obviously trying to manipulate her mom into doing what she wanted, but it was just so corny and winking at the camera, like winking at the audience, that it was like, nah. Another thing that was a political or social commentary was the Kree commented on Earth and called, they're like, "So have you ever been to Earth?" And there's like, "Yeah, once. It's a real shithole." And it was a callback to when, from my approximation, when Trump called, I believe it was Haiti, a shithole, and it was just showing the whole, and it just goes to show the whole, I guess, elitist or better than mentality that certain societies hold over other societies. And I guess it was flipped on us and turned on its head, where we're the lower than or less than group in question. So what else? Oh, now getting into like spoilers and stuff. Other things that I liked was that the Skrulls were not evil. They were not overly simplified evil aliens like they are in the comics. In fact, they were, now, like I said, this is a spoiler review, they are the victim. They're refugees, and then we find out that the Kree are actually like a conquering, colonizing, basically evil race. And I mean, obviously, that's also a commentary on just our own world history of how Western and European civilizations have conquered much of the world, and we obviously see that reflected in our day-to-day, whether we benefit from it or whether we suffer from it. Like, if you're living in a Western country, obviously you're a benefactor, even if you're a minority like myself. And even though being a minority, you still suffer, I guess, the consequences of the history being in the, I guess, spoils or the colonized place. You still reap the benefits of being in that place versus the place that they take from, I guess you could say. Yeah, it was just interesting. What else? The visual effects, they are not very good. They, except for de-aging Nick Fury, they've gotten really good at de-aging actors, and now that was top notch. Now, a lot of it has to do with the design, like the Skrulls design was not appealing to me, and also all the it just looked cheap overall. The whole movie looks very cheap, especially the eyes of everybody. Like they're all wearing contacts, and they all look like those cheap contacts that you see women walking around with, like that you could tell are definitely not their eyes, and they just look like plastic, and yes, it didn't look good. But uh, that doesn't really diminish from the movie, but it's definitely apparent if you're. It's definitely apparent. What else? Now, this movie reminded me a lot of other movies, some that I can't even remember, but like the whole finding out you were tricked and betrayed, and then everything you'd been told was a lie. I don't remember exactly what that reminds me of. It might remind me, well, spoiler for a different movie. It might remind me of Ender's Game, or I don't know, but it also reminded me of Men in Black with like the cat character or the cat creature, and Star Wars, the Rathtar from The Force Awakens, when that's on the Millennium Falcon, that tentacle monster. Just little corny, cheap gags, just for laughs, like Men in Black. And the Kree, like overlord, or it's an AI that kind of rules the society and that they look to for guidance and kind of as like a god type thing, reminded me of a movie called Oblivion, which is a movie I really, really like. This AI thing, and I won't ruin Oblivion for you, but I'll ruin this. Was it as good as Oblivion? Hell no. Do I like it as much as Oblivion? No. But anyways, so now, what is good about this movie? Like I said, the acting was pretty good. Brie was actually likable. The story, although very, I guess, basic and bringing nothing new, was pretty well executed. And it was nice that they, I guess, kind of somewhat subverted expectations, with the evil aliens being just trying to survive and live, and the supposed good aliens being oppressors. Now, also, I guess a commentary on just human society and human thinking as a whole. I like, and has to do with them subverting expectations. The good aliens look like humans, more or less. Some of them are non-human colors, they're blue, but some of them are obviously human colors, they're pink, they're white people. And the Skrulls are green, obviously, and have a grotesque features like wrinkled chin and more extreme and all this stuff. And of course, in comics, the more ugly the thing, the more that's a representation of evil. And the good things obviously look like us. We have to look like the heroes. And that's just an interesting, just our own propaganda of reinforcing, making ourselves the hero, and things that look like us and we feel represent us are good. Things that are not like us are evil or bad, are ugly. And that's reflected in our entertainment. But this, like I said, turned that. Now, the things that this movie is bad at, again, the design and the costume and special effects are pretty poor. aside from the de-aging thing. And also, one of my gripes that I've had with the MCU for a long time is it doesn't take itself seriously. In fact, it's annoying because it's almost as if they're embarrassed of themselves, so they're apologetic, so they don't take the material seriously. And it's been speculated that how Nick Fury lost his eye was going to be revealed in this movie, and it was, and exactly what people thought it was, or joked about happened. And he was very nonchalant about it. It was a joke. And it's like, all right, if something tears your eye out, you're not going to be joking about it. So, just the fact that they make everything a joke really, I guess, waters down the stories. And there's actually inconsistencies. We've seen flashbacks and old photos of Nick and stuff like that in other movies, and in this movie it doesn't match up. He looks different, and like I said, in one movie how he loses his eye is portrayed as a serious thing. As this movie, it's portrayed as a joke. And the MCU, or the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that's what I dislike about it. That, paired with its fandom being very annoying, very powerful, and influential, I hate the MCU fans, and it makes me hate the movies. The movies that I otherwise would just be, I guess, annoyed by and disappointed by are magnified to, I really don't like the MCU. And it's magnified because the fans are so vocal and the fans are so powerful and they're so influential that they freaking sunk the DC extended universe. That's how powerful they are. Anyways, now, all that said, I don't think the hate for this movie is justified. I don't think that, I think people went in with a predisposed, predetermined reaction, and they're treating this movie like they treat the DCEU, and it's because of Brie Larson's public persona and how she's perceived by the public, and that's not fair. Even though I dislike the MCU, I'm not a biased. I strive to not be biased, and I strive to go in and give everything a fresh chance. That's why I've seen every single movie, because I love comics, I love Marvel, I love DC, I love fantasy, how it helps me express myself, how it teaches me, how it helps me cope with this world and gives me something to aspire to. So my love of those things supersede my hatred or my distaste of Marvel's cinematic universe, the fandom, whatever. I'll always give it, maybe not always, who knows what the future holds, but I'll give it a chance. Each thing has to prove itself, and this movie proved itself. It was not bad, so people going in with preconceived ideas and agendas, that's exactly what it is. Now, I don't think people are using like review bots or whatever to try and sync this thing. I think they just decided they weren't going to like it, so they see it, and now after seeing it, they say they don't like it, and they spread the word. That's it. But, like I said, don't take my word for it. Don't take their word for it. Go see it and decide for yourself. And, whether you like it or not, that's one thing. And whether it's good or not, that's another thing. Sorry for this long-ass video. I'm trying to be more succinct. I'm trying to be more polished and skilled at making videos. And I suck still. So if you stuck with me to the end, thank you. Comment, like, subscribe. And like I said, freaking comment. You guys are so freaking scared of commenting and interacting with people. It's ridiculous. Thanks for my 19 subscribers. I don't know why the hell. I don't know why. What brings you here, but hopefully I will make it to 1,000,000 subscribers. 1,000,000 subscribers. Woo! Oh, spread this. Alright, so like, subscribe, share, and I think this is I don't know, maybe this side, maybe, I don't know. Follow me. Until next time, people, that's pretty much it. So this is already a long video. I'm sure I forgot some stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video where I break it down even better and am more concentrated